Good evening, friends and neighbors, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for coming out to Society Hall this evening. This is going to be a lovely evening and a special time. I'm so pleased that you all get to share it anyway. Just want to make a few announcements of some things coming up. Except I better look at my phone because sometimes I can remember and sometimes I can't. But anyway, the next thing coming up for us, every year, and probably the third weekend or so of September, we do an annual celebration for Society Hall. And we usually do a thing out on the street where we get this one of the city stages and we block off 4th Street and cook some burgers and have some music out there and all that, and it's free. Of course, we invite anyone to donate to Society Hall that wants to send a little money our way. That's always great. But there's no admission charge. And this year we're going to have our old friend Fred Hargrove is going to open the show at 5 o'clock on Saturday the 16th. And then my friends and I and the Rifters are going to play after Fred, and we'll do a set after. Starting at 6 or so, and play till we get cold or something like that, or play for a while anyway. And there'll be some food, some burgers, I think, maybe some soup. And Ruthie had started this campaign to get people to grow these giant pumpkins, and was selling giant pumpkin seeds. So we'll see if any of those come in. It'd be kind of a, harvest theme sort of thing.
It has not been a great year for as anyone who is a gardener knows, and people who are gardening aren't responding to their texts, so it may be a surprise.
Well, I'm going to bring down my 10-pound pumpkin then and see if I win a prize. Anyway. And the week after that, on the Friday, let's see, I got my list here. I don't know if some of you may have been here. There's a kind of a soul and R&B duo called Salt and Pepper that have played here before, and they are really, really something worth seeing. It's Tony Nardi and Eddie Mobley. Tony is an absolute master of the B3 Hammond organ, plays bass with his feet, and then he can play organ parts, bass with his feet, and piano solos with his right hand all at the same time. It's like, wow, what's going on in that guy's brain when he's doing that? But they really are something. Eddie is this great soul vocalist. And my friend Paul Piercy is going to come down from Denver and play drums, and I'm going to play electric guitar on that show too. So they really are, they've been playing together since 1969. They met in Thailand when they were both in the service, and there's all kinds of amazing stories. They made a single back then that was discovered by somebody in Northern Europe and became this had this cult following, and the single records were selling for $17,000 or something like this. It's like, anyway, crazy stories. But they're a treat. They really are something special. And October 6th, wonderful singer-songwriter from Lubbock named Junior Vasquez is going to be here. October 14th, a couple of dearest friends in the world, Trout Fishing in America, are going to be here. They are definitely not to be missed. They've been nominated for 3 Grammys over the years and are just utterly delightful. October 19th, another just legendary folk musician named Dan Navarro is going to be here. What was the duo? Anyway, just really towering figure in the world of folk music, you might say. October 29th, younger fellow named David Berkeley, who's really tearing it up, Santa Fe singer-songwriter. He's going to be here with Susan Holmes playing bass with him. Anyway, on November 4th, Cancer Relief Fund concert. That'll be Josh Grider, Drew Kennedy, and me swapping songs. That's one of the few things that can sell this place out, so that'll be a great one. Anyway, enough. I'm so excited to have this gentleman here tonight. I've been hearing about him for years. People saying, "You got to hear this guy. You got to hear this guy." And I did get to meet him and hear him a little bit down at the big barn dance down in Taos, the festival that just finished. And so thrilled to have him here tonight. He's got the Irish soul, and boy, you can feel it coming through. Anyway, would you please welcome Pat Byrne.
Thank you, Don. How's everyone doing? Not for long. She circled the wagons, she didn't give me a chance, and she pulled my heart out with a seismic glance. And this race was over before it even began. If I was a horse, they'd shoot me, but I'm only a man. If I had a designer, he was well equipped. He was tried and tested, and he stuck to the script. He drank a bottle of brandy before he drew up my plans. If I was a house, they'd knock me down, but I'm only a man. I get lost in translation, I fly into a rage, I splatter affection all over the page. But this, it's no love story, we're not Jack and Diane. If I was a letter, you'd return me, but I'm only a man. And the songs of fondness that carry me up towards the planets, then the songs of numbness send me crashing back down to earth. I'd catch the stars if they'd help me know what you're thinking. If I could paint your dreams, then I would, for all that it's worth. But I can't. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm lying here on the floor, waiting for an answer, for your knock at the door. But you're on greener pastures, you've slipped through my hands. Still, if I had wings, I'd fly to you, but I'm only a man. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you for coming out here tonight. You don't know who I am, and it's a pleasure to meet you all. What a beautiful space to get to play music in. It sounds unbelievable. I don't know how you're doing it there. I never felt this good in my life. Thank you, Robert. Beautiful sound. My name is Pat Byrne. I'm from Ireland, and I've lived in Austin, Texas for the last 6 years. It might be hard to tell I'm from Ireland with this Texas accent I've acquired, but some people can recognize it in me. I moved over here to become a songwriter. I was in a wedding band for 10 years, and as my soul slowly evaporated out into the universe, I decided I didn't want to ever sing Brown Eyed Girl again. And I wanted to go where all my favorite songwriters were, and that was Texas, and it was a scary time. And I just made the move. I told my wedding agent to stop taking gigs, moved over to Texas, got a house with 2 other 20-something-year-old Irish lads, and none of us knew how to clean up after ourselves or be mature adults. And it was terrifying. I thought writing songs was going to be easy, and I had a lot of sleepless nights where I was staring at blank pages. And this next song I started writing in the kitchen of our house to get away from the bedrooms. I just woke up with this melody in my head. I went to the kitchen, I started writing this song. And I sat on it for a few years until my friend Ben Jones from Beetroot Revival, who some of you might know, helped me finish it off. It's called Feeling Indigo. Kitchen, and there's stains on all these walls, and the dirty dishes keep getting taller and taller, and I'm rejecting all my calls. Reasons to be grateful, reasons to be these lists keep getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and I'm forgetting how to breathe. But nothing's gonna happen when you're saving all your rations, staring at a fork in the road, filled with indecision, feeding superstitions till your head explodes. You're feeling indigo. You're feeling indigo. And for so long now I've been losing, 'cause I didn't know the game. Well, lately I've been studying up on the rule book, and so far all the outcomes stay the same. And I was daydreaming on the freeway, and this preacher was selling it well. He said, God save those who live in comfort, while all the sinners sink into hell. And nothing's gonna happen when you're saving all your rations, staring at a fork in the road, filled with indecision, feeding superstitions till your head explodes. You're feeling indigo. You're feeling indigo. And I don't wanna walk away. I'm just needing something true. When everything around is gray, but I'm not really feeling blue. Thank you. I'm a big John Fulbright fan. Anyone here know who John Fulbright is? I could probably be in a John Fulbright tribute act. This place was a church, is that right? Is it still a church? All right, well, here we go then. 6 long days, 7th day he rested, said there's one sure way humans can be bested. Give 'em wine and song, fire and lust. When it all goes wrong, I'm the man they trust, and now you're all my own, all mine together. You can sing my name, sing my praise forever. Yeah, well, that's not all. I've got me a flame, and it's a swinger's ball. If you don't know my name, or you think it's hot down there in July, I've got the means and the kitchen fry, and now you're all my own, all mine together, all my doubting children locked away forever. I'm caught up, Lord God Almighty, Mama. I made the heaven and earth, I made the stars above. Is it too much to ask for a little love? And so I tip my hat to all your creations. You can fly like birds, destroy entire nations. Go and curse my name with your last breath. If all I brought to your life was death, and now you're all my own, all mine together, my doubting children locked away forever. I'm God above, Lord God Almighty, Mama. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I just met Don Richmond earlier this week for the first time, and he didn't even mention he was a musician, and I just thought he was some lovely man talking to me. He was the most humble person I ever met in my life. And then we did a sound check here, and I was like, who am I playing with, Beethoven? What's going on? But he's in the house, and he kindly agreed to play some songs with me. Would you join me, Don? Put your hands together. Let's try this. You were playing mandolin on this one earlier. This is a song from a Scottish songwriter called David Francie, and he released this song a cappella, and so we're gonna make it a different thing now. But I love this song, and I always wanted to have a mandolin on it, so thanks for obliging me. It's called Torn Screen Door. Summer day, and my love and I went walking over hills and fields. We walked laughing and talking. We came across an old farmhouse standing broken and bare. It used to be someone's home, but now no one lives there. Through the crack in the window pane, I hear the sound of the falling rain. Another farm being left run down. Another family moved into town. Had a life that they tried to save, but the banks took it all away. Hung a sign on a torn screen door, nobody lives here no more. There's a red barn standing held together with nails and dust, and a tired old Massey Harris, all wires and rust, with weeds overgrown in a garden sown with care. It used to be someone's home, but now no one lives there. And through the crack in the window pane, I hear the sound of the falling rain. Another farm being left run down. Another family moved into town. They had a life that they tried to save, but the banks took it all away. They hung a sign on a torn screen door, nobody lives here no more. They worked their fingers to the bone, with nothing left they could call their own. Packed it in under lead and skies, just the weed waving them goodbye. They had a life that they tried to save, but the banks took it all away. Hung a sign on a torn screen door, nobody lives here no more. Crack in the window pane, I hear the sound of the falling rain. Another farm being left run down. Another family moved into town. Had a life that they tried to save, but the banks took it all away. Hung a sign on a torn screen door, nobody lives here no more. They worked their fingers to the bone, nothing left they can call their own. They packed it in under lead and skies, just the weed waving them goodbye. Had a life that they tried to save, till the banks took it all away. Hung a sign on a torn screen door, nobody lives here no more.
Oh, yeah.
You join my band? This is a pretty new song. It's called Blown Out Candles. I wish I had headlights to give us some light. We'll have to stop a little early to sleep for the night. But the load feels lighter when I'm cooking for two. The smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. Well, I'm a creature of comfort, but I expect the worst. Some folks, they'd look at how we're living and they'd say that we're cursed. But a curse, it's just a promise, it's a coward's taboo. The smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. And these East Coast winters made for treacherous nights. But I had a truckload of blankets and I could hold you so tight. And I'd read from the pages that I'd written for you. Then you'd blow out the candles when the pages were through. You said that all you needed was a bed and 4 wheels. But I knew that one more winter would change how you feel. And the miles we left behind were miles we couldn't undo. The smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. So I said I'd get a job and try to build us a life. And then when things came together, I could make you my wife. But you said you couldn't bear to watch me leave this life that I knew. So now I can't light a candle without thinking about you. Then you moved across the country, I watched you drive away. 3 years into these pages and I set them all ablaze. All these songs of tandem hearts that you said you'd outgrew. The smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. Yeah, the smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. The smell of blown out candles makes me think about you.
What a man.
That's beautiful, man.
Well, I'm also lucky to have another incredibly talented guest in the crowd, Miss Andrea McGee from Ireland as well. It's an Irish invasion here in Society Hall. Give it up for Andrea McGee. She's going to join me for a few songs as well.
Andrea just finished hosting a whole festival down in Taos. So the weekend before the big barn dance down there, she hosted a all-female artist festival called She Rises. Yes, She Rises. And wow, what an accomplishment!
Thank you. Thank you. It was pretty special.
It'll be on next year too, right?
Yeah, we're hopefully it's looking good. Yeah, I'm sleepy. But this is wonderful. I'm getting all emotional sitting there. I'm like, oh, do I have to play? I'd love to play. I'm very honored, but he's so good that I could just sit there and just enjoy it. Yeah.
I know, you don't want to screw it up. So I feel.
I'm in safe hands with these two.
said I should have tried harder. I said I didn't know what that meant. You said it is what it is then. You said it is what it is till it isn't. Always talking past one another, as if the sound waves are bent. Though I plead for understanding, you said it is what it is till it isn't. Yes, you said it is what it is till it isn't. Maybe we should just let go, and you pretend I never came. Maybe we could try to find some peace of mind in this beautiful mistake. You had to look behind door number 2. Played your game outside the limits, and though I begged and I pleaded, you said it is what it is till it isn't. Yes, you said it is what it is till it isn't. Maybe we should just let go. In the southern sun I know my place, but maybe we could find some peace of mind in the afterglow of this beautiful mistake, of this beautiful mistake. So now I lean into the pain. The sorrow is quite magnificent, and though you begged and you pleaded, I said it is what it is till it isn't. Yes, I said it is what it is till it isn't. Think you can sing along with that, Society Hall? It is what it is till it isn't. It's really good. Yes, I said it is what it is till it isn't. I guess it is what it is till it isn't. Yeah, I said it is what it is till it isn't. One more time, it is what it is till it isn't. Yes, it is what it is. Yes.
Wow. What a great band this is all of a sudden. Well, this is the drinking portion of my set. The next couple of songs are about alcohol. During my 30th birthday, Well, my girlfriend threw me a surprise party at the Saxon pub for my 30th birthday. It's my favorite place in Austin, and I walked in and I was so happy, and it was a great night. But I am the token Irishman. You're the token Irish woman.
I am. Yes,
In
we're
Austin.
dangerous.
We're dangerous, and
Especially together. It's been a rough ride this week.
yeah. Oh my God! And especially when people want to buy you drinks, it's very hard for me to say no. And so I had several shots of Jameson, and an hour into the party, I blacked out. And my girlfriend, who was throwing the party, doesn't drink at all. She doesn't touch alcohol, so it's an interesting dynamic the next morning when I have no idea what happened the 10 hours previous, and she has a HD crystal clear. So I woke up and she kicked me out of the house for a few days. She didn't actually kick me out, but it was definitely safer for me to leave the house for a few days. And I went to my manager's house up in Canyon Lake in the hill country in Texas. And I wrote an entire album. It's called Into the Light, and it's for sale here if you'd like. You can buy it off me here. It's free everywhere else in the world, but if you'd like to give me your money, I will take it off you. But one of the first songs I wrote was this one. I had a verse and a chorus, and I just sat on it for ages, and then I met with my friend Jamie Harris in Nashville. She's a great singer-songwriter in Nashville. And we finished it together, and we turned it into a duet. And normally I have to sing it by myself, but tonight, guess what?
Yeah.
Got
I'm
Andrea
going to try
McGee.
it.
And Angie's one of the best singers I know in the world, so very nice to have her here and to be able to sing this song as a duet. It's called Losing Heart.
It ain't a mystery. Why she's got nothing to say to me. I've always been a loser. But I thought that I could keep her.
Well, I remember when we moved in. Every night you take me dancing. Now I just spin out of control. Blacked out and all alone.
And it feels like my dreams are all dying in the rubble. I keep tripping up, I can't get very far. I know there's a dozen ways of staying out of trouble. I'm just finding it hard to make a winner of this losing heart. And it's so hard to let the light in. When the morning feels like dying. It's too late to be the one she can rely on. You can't break a promise to a lover who's gone. It feels like my dreams are all dying in the rubble. I keep tripping up, I can't get very far. I know there's a dozen ways of staying out of trouble. I'm just finding it hard to make a winner of this losing heart. Well, this is not the way it was supposed to be. I still remember when you said you were in love with me. I don't think I'll ever get that high again. Now I'm forgetting how it feels to win, 'cause my dreams are dying in the rubble. I keep tripping up, I can't get very far. I know there's a dozen ways of staying out of trouble, I'm just finding it hard. Will I always be looking for the answers? Can we ever change who we are? If I could just stop staring at my feet through the bottle and pick my head off the bar, I'd make a winner of this losing heart. Andrea McGee.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I'm so used to singing it by myself, I almost took her line on her. Thank you so much. I picked it out myself. I've been around Andrea all week, and people keep... I put effort into how I look too, but people keep walking up to us and complimenting her. Well, she does look
It
incredible.
happened today at breakfast, and he literally said to the waitress, "Well, what about me?"
I was wearing a black t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Anyway, I shouldn't hang out with you so much. I'm going to do one more Fulbright song, and then we're going to take a bit of a break. I probably shouldn't do so many Fulbright songs, but I love the man, and this song is perfect, and heard him doing it a couple of years ago, and I've been doing it ever since, because it's about drinking, and it's a little moment of levity after the heavy drinking songs, and I hope it resonates with you. You all right there?
I don't think I've any drum yet.
Gonna need some drum for this.
There we go. Thank you.
Some people suffer from a social stage fright, like the world is a sniper with a bright spotlight. You can hide behind a curtain, you can hide behind a mask, or stand in the center with a highball glass. Whiskey makes it easy, gets you out of your rut, loosens up the cannonball that's in your gut. But the very next morning, ain't it hard to find? You're leaving every single thing you love behind. So I'll drink this gin and I'll take these pills, just because I don't have social skills. And the whiskey burns and the wine it spills, just because I don't have social skills. Clammy and your tongue gets fat, when you'd love to say this but instead you say that. When your heart starts pounding like to break your spine, like it wants to grow legs and find an exit sign. Have another double-double till the lines get blurred, till the jokes come easy and the phrase gets slurred, and everybody's happy while they're in control. Nothing ever suffers but the liver and the soul. So I'll drink this gin and I'll take these pills, just because I don't have social skills. And the whiskey burns and the wine it spills, just because I don't have social skills. social skills. And the whiskey burns and the wine it spills just because I don't have social skills. Yes, I'll drink this gin and I'll take these pills just because I don't have social skills. And the pain it causes is the pain it kills just because I don't have social skills. Don Richmond and Andrea McGee.
Yeah, Pat Byrne, ladies and gentlemen.
I actually got one more little. I'm gonna do one more song before I take a break. I just realized. Yeah. And some fiddle would be unbelievably beautiful if you don't. I'm getting too demanding here.
I happen to have one here.
When I was 11 years old, my school took us on a field trip to the botanical gardens in Ireland, in the County Kildare in the Midlands of Ireland. I don't know if anyone has been there. Yes, but it's beautiful, and I don't remember anything about the trip. I was 11, but I know at the end of the trip they gave each of us, there was 24 of us in the class, they gave us all a small silver birch tree in a flower pot, and we sat them on our laps on the school bus, and we all brought them home, and everyone planted the tree in their backyard. And I grew up in the police station. My dad was a cop. We're from a tiny village, 1,000 people, much smaller than here. So there wasn't much action, so we all just lived in the police station, and that's where I grew up. And the year after I planted the tree, my dad retired, so we moved out of there, and I totally forgot about the tree. And then fast forward 20 years or whatever, I was back in Ireland last August, and I was visiting all my friends, and noticed they all had this giant silver birch tree. I was like, oh yeah, I planted one of those. And they all had these perfect trees, real straight and perpendicular and majestic, and it was the biggest tree in everyone's yard, and I wanted to go see what my tree looked like, so I went to the police station, and I could see it, sure enough, from the street. Realized I'd always seen it, I just didn't realize it was the tree that I planted, and I wanted to take a closer look, so I went around the back, and I had planted it in this ridiculous place, right in the corner, up against the stone wall, underneath the branches of an apple tree that was hanging over from the neighbor's yard. Trees grow famously, and I had forgot that, and so it just fit there, but then it had to grow, and it had to take this awful route around the stone wall, up underneath the... It looked beautiful, and then up underneath the apple tree, and it had this awful route towards the sun, but eventually it got up there, and it's still the tallest tree in my yard. And I thought it was funny because all my friends are accountants and teachers and teachers and lawyers and doctors, and they got all these straight jobs, and their tree met with very little resistance on its path towards the sun, and my tree, much like myself, had to take all these crazy turns, but eventually they all find the sun. And so when I got back to Austin, I wrote this song called Small Trees. I'm just gonna make sure it's in tune. Do you remember those small trees they gave us at the Japanese Gardens 2001? And like beacons they stand now in our gardens at home as we venture out into the storm. Our canvas is blank, our odometer's low, our acquaintances yet to be found. And with every mistake, success and heartbreak, those roots find their way through the ground to the trees we're eternally bound. Don't dwell on your losses, don't count the days. You'll never get bigger hiding out in the shade. So lean towards the brightness, keep the darkness at bay. And if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way. He handed me harvest, then he jumped on a train, and I got back in the back seat alone, staring out at the clouds. Distant mountains move slow, whizzing past telephone poles. A man needs a maid, heart of gold, old man. But the disc started skipping before I got to Alabama. But the damage was done, so I started the record once more. And I rested my head to the door. Don't dwell on your losses, don't count your days. You'll never get bigger hiding out in the shade. So lean towards the brightness, keep the darkness at bay. And if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way. Yeah, if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way.
Don Richmond, thank you so much. We'll be back in 10 minutes with the good stuff.
Everyone's still doing okay? Thanks for not leaving. I've been on the road for about 12 weeks now, and it's been amazing. I haven't never seen this much of the country. It's such a gorgeous country. Spent some time in Canada as well, and basically just trying to escape the heat in Texas, but it's been phenomenal. It's not always easy though. Being on the road's very expensive. You have to eat food and put gas in the car and sleep in a bed and things, and it can be very difficult. And I wrote this next song about what it's like being a musician sometimes. It's called Feels Like Living. It's from my friend Neil. Oh, is Neil gone? Neil left. No, he's in the bathroom. There he is. Neil mentioned this song to me earlier, so I want to do this for you, Neil. Thanks for taking the trip up. Landed on the runway in Chicago. Bought a coffee, then I traded it for a beer. And the connecting flight to Austin felt like nothing. I'm gonna give this place the best part of a year. And the woman at the motel is hard of hearing. She doesn't understand the way I speak. So I straighten out my accent and give her every last cent. Said I need a room to see me through the week. And I'm hungry, but the work's not coming easy. I'm tired except for when I'm not awake. Shirt and tie, tell myself another lie. No, you're not gonna miss another lucky break. And I wake up early in the morning and fill the day with useful things to do. But the only time it ever feels like living is when I'm down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, hiding from the circus, down beneath the surface with you. My show last night was wrapped up by 11. There was 11 people breathing in that air. 2 who knew my name, 2 just watched the game, 7 drowning sorrow with despair. These Sunday nights, they're breaking me so slowly, chasing down that runaway thrill. Sometimes trying to play the game feels like trying to find a vein. I'm sick and tired of pushing water up this hill. And still I wake up early every morning, and I'll fill the day with you. feels like living is when I'm down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, hiding from the circus, down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, I'm hiding from the circus. When I'm down beneath the surface with you.
Thank you. Every time I write a song, I send it home to my parents. They're my biggest fans and my easiest critics. Feels like a safe place to send your songs. I sent that last song to my dad, and he just said, "Stop sending me these sad songs." So I tried to write the happiest thing I could just to show him how bad that would be. And I sat down with the guitar, tried to find the most annoying guitar riff that I could, and I found it. And after about 2 hours, I had written this song. And then I really liked the song, so I got to thank my dad for this one. I'm going to ask Andrea to get back up and help me with this one too. Andrea McGee. It's called Capsize. It's the happiest title I could think of.
Pat Byrne, everyone.
It's 1:30, it's midday sun, it's let's just get away, it's a midweek holiday, it's a case of wine, name your place and time, it's not security, it's not stability, I don't have money, no place, no plan, but it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize, it's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. I'm easy, I'm slow, I can be lazy, I know, but I'm right where I wanna be, so spare me the third degree. I'm the ripple in your drink, I'm a smile that's out of sync, I'm the rainbow at your funeral, I speak in Roman numerals, I'm almost inconsumable, my parachute's on fire, but it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. Guitar. Yeah, but you know, like I know, I'm the bottom of the pyramid. I'm socially inhibited. I'm headstrong, but it's a heavy load. When the wolves are at the door. But it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. It's so much better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all, better than nothing at all, better than nothing at all.
Since I have Andrea here, you mind if we do a John Prine song for you? Is that a no? What was that word again? Montine. Oh, hunty. Well, I've always been a huge John Prine fan. And I got to see him for the first time in Florida in 2020. In January, it was my first time ever getting to see him, and unfortunately, it was his last performance. I was at the 30A Festival in Florida. I know it was his last performance in America, but he died in March of that year, and he opened with this song, which I grew up believing was not a John Prine song. I thought it was this Irish country singer's song. And I felt much cooler when I found out it was John Prine's. Sorry. I realize I'm using the wrong tuner. That's why it's not happening. My God. John Prine is turning in his grave here. But I've always loved this song, and I'll be asking you to sing along towards the end, so get ready for that. Finish off your wine there. Yeah. Well, whatever. No, whatever you think. Yeah.
Can't remember what I want to do.
We'll see now.
Come home late and you come home early. You come home bigger when you're feeling small. come home straight, then you come home curly. And sometimes you don't come home at all. What in the world's come over you? And what in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. And I've got a heart that burns with a fever. I've got a tired and a jealous mind. How can a love that'll last forever get left so far behind? What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. It's a mighty mean and a dreadful sorrow. It's crossed the evil line today. How can you ask about tomorrow when you ain't got one word to say? What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You can sing it with us if you want. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. All together. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. Two more times. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run.
Yeah. That might be my favorite version of that song ever. What that just happened right there, right then and right there.
Me too. Featuring the Alamosa Choir. I posted about this gig, I'm so sorry. I posted about it a while ago and I said Alamosa, New Mexico. People were not happy. I learned my lesson very quick.
I just saw I was coming from the big barn dance and it was like an hour and a half away. I was like, oh, it's New Mexico. I'm so sorry.
It's close. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're our own little nation state, kind of wedged between Colorado and New Mexico. You know, it's like
It does feel like half and half.
it's sort of like that and sort of like that. You know.
But if some singer came to Ireland and called it England, we'd burn that stage down. Yeah.
Way too true.
I deserve that. Hunty.
I knew this African called Hannibal. Rock it, roll it, send it down the avenue. Went out to see the Roman Empire fall. 2,000 elephants and gold chain mail. Take it, shake it, make it what you wanna be. That Roman legionnaires, they hit the trail. The world is what you make it. The world is what you make it, baby. The world is what you make it. When Cleopatra ruled in Egypt's land, jump down, turn around, and look at what the monkey did. She went to find herself a mighty man. He come Antonio from Italy. Haul it, ball it, drag it up the pyramid. He never knew how hot a girl could be. I'm telling you, the world is what you make it. The world is what you make it, baby. The world is what you make it. The world is what you make it. The world is what you make it, baby. The world is what you make it.
Here we go.
Guitar. On the baron. Don't start to hit me with your no-can-dos. Losing, working up an attitude. Clean up the windows, let the sun shine through. There ain't no happy time without no pain. Heartbreak, new date, moving up the alleyway. Pick up up the pieces, hit the road again. I'm telling you, the world is what you make it. The world is what you make it, baby. The world is what you make it. Most of the time in this country, having an Irish accent is a great advantage. Except sometimes with song lyrics, people don't know what's going on. Many times people have approached me asking why I wrote the line. First of all, I didn't write this song. This is a Paul Brady song. But they want to know why I'm talking about the world will see you naked. It's the world is what you make it, and I'd love if you'd join us. The world is what you make it. The world is what you make it, baby. The world is what you make it. On your own, let's hear you. The world. That's beautiful. We're gonna blow the roof off this time, everybody. Is what you make it, baby. The world is what you make it. Oh yeah. One more time for Andrew McGee, everyone. And Don Richmond.
Yay, thank you.
We got a couple more songs. And thank you all for being here. It's my first time in Alamosa. I hope I get to come back sometime. And it was really nice to meet you. Before I go, I do want to do this is a very new song for me. This will be my third time singing it. Like I said, I moved here 6 years ago, and your biggest nightmare is always that one of your parents is going to pass away. And sadly, that happened to me this year. My mother died on the 1st of March. It was very unexpected, and she would have been 65 tomorrow. And yeah, it was. Luckily, I got to go home. I got home 2 weeks before she passed away, and I spent every second at her bedside in the hospital. And thank God for that. It was the most beautiful experience in my life, the most difficult and the most rewarding and privileged thing I've ever got to do. And I'm sure some of you have done it before. And so when I got, a couple of weeks ago, we were at Milwaukee Irish Fest, and I was chatting to my friend Steve Twigger, who's in a band called Gaelic Storm. Maybe you know Gaelic Storm. They were the band who played Below Deck in the Titanic in James Cameron's movie. They were like the Irish band. And they've been doing great ever since that. But yeah, they lived to tell the tale. Apparently the motion picture was less harrowing than the actual events of 1912. But we were chatting, and he lost both his parents this summer, and he got to be by their side as well as they passed away. And it's hard to describe how equally lovely and terrible it is. And so he sent me this poem that he wrote about it, and he asked me to turn it into a song. And I sat down, and within a few minutes I just sang it start to finish, and that's what it is. This will be the third time. Hopefully I don't mess it up, but I think it's really beautiful, and it's for anyone out there who has lost someone and been with them as they pass away. It's called Last Star. I will love you as the last star falls down from the sky. I'll be there to hold your hand, to wipe your tears if you should cry. Always and forever, endless in the night, a flame to warm your heart, a never-ending light. And I'll burn inside your body, and that fire will never die. And I'll be with you in the darkness as the last star says goodbye. And if you're lost, then I will find you. I will carry you back home. I will stay beside you always, never leave you all alone. And if we should ever stumble, we'll go down side by side. They'll say we never faltered as that last star blinked and died. And I'll hold you till the last star winks and fades away. I'll be there beside you as the night swallows the day. And I'll burn inside your body, and that fire will never die. And I'll be with you in the darkness as the last star says goodbye. I will burn inside your body, and the fire will never die. And I'll be with you in the darkness as the last star says goodbye. Yes, I'll be with you in the darkness as the last star says goodbye. Thank you. Steve Twigger. All right, thanks again, Don. Please, would you stay with me for this last one? This cheap labor. I wrote this next one after I met my girlfriend's parents in New Jersey. I'd been living with my girlfriend for about a year, and head over heels in love. Never been this serious about a girl, and I was so nervous about meeting her parents. They really wanted to meet me. She's from a big Italian-American family in New Jersey, and I was about halfway through The Sopranos for the second time, and I knew what could happen. I was really familiar with their culture. And so I thought, and also I'm a red-headed, broke musician, and it's kind of the last thing parents want to see arriving at their doorstep. So I thought, how am I going to impress these people? We had this road trip to go meet her parents, and the only thing I'm able to do is play music. It's all I've ever done. So I booked a gig in Asbury Park. I'm a big Springsteen fan, and they live pretty near Asbury Park. So booked the show. I had this romantic notion I was going to blow their socks off, and they were going to welcome me into the family, and I was going to, Godfather style, be one of them. And unfortunately, I arrived at the gig, and not a single person purchased a ticket. 0 tickets sold. But her parents did show up, and they sat right front, and it was a much bigger venue than this.
and I sang for 2 hours about alcoholism and depression. And I was sweating about as much as I've ever sweat in my life, and the beads of sweat were flying towards them. The worst possible way I could have met them. I didn't even get to shake their hands before this. But anyway, I got through the gig somehow, and they were very nice to me. But her dad, who is a big, intimidating ex-cop, pulled me aside and said, "You got precious cargo." I don't know why I'm trying to do his accent. "You got precious cargo there. You better shape up." And it stuck with me. And when I got back to Austin, I sat down and wrote this song called Precious Cargo, which has gotten me in their good books, and it's kept me out of the Hudson River. And thanks again for listening to me. I hope I get to see you again. Thank you, Don, and thanks, Rob, and everyone here working at the Society Hall. Oh, save it for after this one. Thank you. My load was oh so light. The road was long and I traveled day and night. My feet were strong and I'd walk through fire and ice, searching for you. When I found you, I was scared. The road disappeared and I felt so unprepared. My strengths were down and your words sounded just like a prayer. They went right through me. You took my hand, walked me out to see the sun. I've been on this road forever, but my journey's just begun. Empty vessels disappear out on the sea, but I've got precious cargo, and I'm keeping it with me. Now when things don't go so well, when spirits fracture and tempers start to swell, I know she loves me and I love her as well. Things will be okay in the morning, 'cause when treasure comes your way, you grip it tight through blizzards and hurricanes. And in the dead of night, when your demons keep you awake, she'll pacify your burdens. I didn't have much in my pocket, what was left soon disappeared. I spent it all in taverns, chasing whiskey down with beer, gambling and wagering and looking for a fix. But now I've got precious cargo, and I'm not taking risks. We're united, we're connected, we're a pair. Happiness is only real when it's shared. So take the lead and I'll follow you anywhere, if you'll let me. So let me take your hand. We'll cast our shadows in the sun.
We've been on this road forever, but our journey's just begun. I give to you my everything, but be careful what you do, 'cause I've got precious cargo, and now honey, so do you. Honey, so do you. Don Richmond, Andrea McGee. Thank you, Society Hall. We'll see you again sometime.
Pat Byrne, ladies and gentlemen. What a treat. What a treat. Thanks to Pat for coming up, doing the show. Thanks to Andrea for coming up. Thanks to all of you for being here. I feel blessed that I got to be part of this night, and thanks to all you for being part of it too. Hope to see you again soon.
I would actually love to do another one. I gotta lighten the mood with this next one. So I'm gonna do a song that we sing at funerals back in Ireland. Yeah. But it's one of the most beautiful songs and perfect songs I've ever heard. It's one of my favorites, and you haven't touched that fiddle all night. Did you touch the fiddle?
Not this set, though.
Ah, feels like a lifetime ago. But this is written from the perspective of the happiest man at the funeral, the corpse, as he ascends out of his coffin and says goodbye to everyone in the most perfect way. And I love saying goodbye with this song. So thanks again for coming out. And this is The Parting Glass. This is from Robert Burns. Of all the money that here I had, I spent it in good company, and of all the harm that here I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me a parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. If I had money enough to spend and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town who surely has me heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has me heart enthralled. So fill to me a parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all.
are sorry for my going away, and of all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they would wish me one more day to stay. But since it fell into my lot that I should rise and that you should not, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call good night and joy be to you all. Good night and joy be to you all. Thank you, good night. That was lovely, man. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that was lovely. Thank you all again. Pat Byrne, Andrea McGee.
Don Richmond.
Thank you, Pat. Come by and see us for our annual celebration next Saturday. It's not free beer, but it's free music. You have to pay for the beer, but it's spare keg beer. It'll be good beer. There'll be burgers and maybe soup or something like that. So, and who knows, maybe giant pumpkins. I'll bring a small pumpkin, just in case. Thank you all again. Be well now.